E-sports tournament in Hong Kong, where gamers from all around the world have gathered to battle in 4 tournaments.
We're not just a bunch of bros drinking beer and playing Mario Kart in the basement.
12 international college and university teams are vying for bragging rights and monetary rewards.
When you're a program that's prestigious as ours, you need to make sure you stay on top.
During the festival, I'm meeting players and fans to see how this fast-growing sector is becoming a billion-dollar industry. Electronic sports, or esports, is competitive video gaming at a professional level, and every year its audience is growing by the tens of millions. 454 million people are expected to watch an esports event this year, and with total esports revenues expected to hit $1.1 billion in 2019, it's no surprise that new multi-million-dollar esports arenas are popping up around the globe, including here in Hong Kong.
That esports are projected to reach more than $1.5 billion in 2020. That's more valuable than the Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Detroit Tigers. Nerd culture is the new culture. Video game sales now outpace music and movie sales. And a few years ago, people started to realize that watching these games could be as popular as playing them. Meet streamers. Streamers are celebrities in the gaming community that billions of people watch play video games. Yes, people watch other people on YouTube play video games. Some YouTube streamers, like PewDiePie, make over $15 million a year. Arenas, normally reserved for NBA championships, are now being sold out with eager esports fans. One 2018 tournament had payouts of $25 million. That's a larger payout than the US Open, Tour de France, and Kentucky Derby combined. One 2017 championship had 106 million viewers. That's more than any of 3 2016 U.S. presidential debates. ESPN continues to broadcast more and more esports competitions in primetime. What draws these media titans? The fans. The average esports fan is nearly 30 years younger than an NFL fan. 30 universities and counting now offer scholarships for esports athletes, and it's been so explosive that the NCAA doesn't know how to govern it. The esports industry is on pace to reach a global audience of over 300 million, which would make it the 4th largest country in the world. Yes, esports is much more than a hobby. It's a revolution.
Esports is now a multi-million-dollar industry, and Asia has the largest audience of esports players and fans in the world. The region generated nearly half of all global esports revenue in 2019. In the ASEAN region, some market watchers are forecasting double-digit revenue growth this year.
Esports, in many people's opinion now, is the biggest sports in the world. There is more than 1 billion gamers worldwide currently. So imagine this as a sports category is far bigger than any other conventional sports that we know of. It has certainly grown very rapidly last 2 years. Anywhere in the world, and with Southeast Asia is one of the very hot area for esports.
The pandemic has caused multiple cancellations of major in-person events across Asia. And we've seen that prize pools fell as much as 20 to 30% as sponsors look less favorably upon the online-only format of esports tournaments. But the viewership rose during the lockdown period. It also provided another avenue of growth from esports streaming and esports viewership. Singapore has a sizable games market, with esports being one of the top drivers. So 2 out of 5 top revenue games in Singapore are esports games.
Growth figures like these are increasingly attracting the attention of corporate partners.
Brands and companies are always looking for innovative ways to engage their consumers, or even potential consumers. So I see a lot of interest from brands who like young consumers. We are growing really rapidly as well in terms of being able to attract sponsors and advertisers on our platforms and on our virtual events. whether these are traditional technology or young consumers related brands, or even non-conventional brands who now want to look into tapping into this segment of consumers, we've seen a lot of interest. Coupled with the fact that some of these brands who are traditionally advertising on sports events, they could no longer do that.
Singapore is trying to move towards being an esports events hub. So just in this half a year, we had 3 international tournaments in Singapore already. Because of how esports has grown, there are a lot of more game publishers who are investing their money, or even there are a lot of investors from other markets and industries who are trying to invest money into esports. And there are a lot more gaming organizations recruiting their own teams.
Esports fans tend to be young digital natives. An estimated 70% are male. But women are levelling the playing field, especially in Asia. Kimberlyn C has been gaming for over 15 years. She's also the co-founder of Asterix, an all-female esports team.
I play games every day. I think in the recent 1 or 2 years, we've definitely seen a lot more mainstream media coverage on esports in Singapore. When I first started, gaming in general, it's not common, as opposed to right now where if you go to a shopping mall, you can see primary school children holding their mobile phones and just gaming on their mobile phones already. This is something that's very rare in the past. But now gaming is a common ground where everyone can share because of how technology has advanced.
Such improvements in technology, along with the growing popularity of gaming platforms, means that there could be opportunities for retail investors.
Esports comprises a huge ecosystem of game publisher. So we talk about game publisher will be the famous one. Those 2 big boys in US will be Electronic Arts, EA, and Activision Blizzard, ATVI. Then over in Asia, you have Tencent, and also you have NetEase, NTES in Asia as well. On top of this ecosystem, you have the online streaming. So online streamer in Asia is that Huya, Douyu is one of them. Then you also have the hardware supplier, NVIDIA, that's the chip for the gold standard for gaming industry. Then you have other periodical like mouse, and you even have your headsets, which is Razer is one of them.
For investors who want a more diversified approach, there are several ETFs or exchange-traded funds on tap. While esports provides an exciting investment opportunity, the sector has its own set of risks.
NetEase, Activision, EA, and even the 3 ETFs, their performance kind of declined at the start of this year. It's in line with the risk of rising inflation. So we're talking about it's a bit of indiscrimination macro backdrop. That means inflation pressure building up, hitting into this high growth sector.